Hi friends, so today I'm going to speak about my Getting Fitter challenge number 6, and that is enough sleep. And so sleep is nothing but normal body requirement like any other mechanisms, that is eating, sleeping, drinking, etc. So let me ask you, how do we sleep? So we actually, in our sleep, we are undergoing 4 to 5 cycles alternatively, respectively, of 2 phases of sleep cycle. So there are this two types of sleep which occurs, and wherein one type of a sleep is very deep sleep, whereas the second part of the sleep is wherein our brain is more active, and there is something called as eye movements of the sleep, eye movements which takes place in the sleep, and that is why they call it as rapid eye movement sleep. So based on this eye movement, our sleep is divided into 2 phases. That is non-rapid eye movement sleep, non-REM sleep, or REM sleep, that is rapid eye movement sleep. So what exactly happens in non-REM sleep? Actually, when we are about to sleep, the non-REM sleep, is the one which starts. That is the first phase of our sleep, and the first 5 to 10 minutes, it takes, our body takes time, it prepares itself, for deep sleep, and that is how further our body heart rate goes down, respiratory rate goes down, and we then eventually go into deep sleep. Anyone trying to wake us up in deep sleep, and we are going to be disoriented for at least 2 to 3 minutes, because it is in this deep sleep our growth hormones are secreted, and this is the time of that part of our sleep wherein all the recovery is going to take place. So this is the golden time, wherein our body is recovering from all its wear and tear. This is the repair and the recovery phase of our body, wherein the new growth cells, there are new growth tissues, new bone formations, new muscle formations, which is going to take place in this part of the sleep. This is usually going to last for around 90 minutes, and this is further followed by the rapid eye movement sleep, wherein our brain is a bit more active, and our heart rate, respiration further goes up, and there is this rapid movement of the eyeballs. Okay, so this is how we sleep. Now, what makes us sleep? So that is nothing but our basic wake up and sleep cycle, which I've spoken about it in my Get Fitter challenge number 1. So you do check out that video, though I'll explain it to you in short. It is during the sunrise, when we get up, there are this sun rays which our sensory organs pursue, and there's this activation of the nerve pathway, okay, which sends the signals from the retina to the eyes to the brain, okay, and this hypothalamus in the brain, the gland in the brain, is going to release the cortisol hormones, and this hormone is then going to prepare ourselves to carry out the different tasks throughout the day, okay, and as the sun sets, as the sun go down, there is this neurohormone, which is, again, the signals are perceived by the sensory organs, and this sends signals to the pineal gland. The neurohormone is secreted, that is nothing but the melatonin hormone, which is also called as the sleep hormone, and it is usually released in dark, that is why it is called as the Dracula of hormones. So don't forget, I am sure you're not going to forget this name, melatonin hormone, which further helps us, to sleep better, and we get a good quality of sleep. So now there are different types of foods, which have this, which boost the releasing of this hormone called as melatonin, and there are these foods also. You must have heard something called as tryptophan. Tryptophan is nothing but it's a precursor of this melatonin hormone, okay, and this precursor tryptophan is nothing but a type of an amino acid, a type of protein building block, which helps us to release and boost the hormone melatonin, okay, which is further going to induce sleep. So foods which are rich in tryptophan, the foods which are rich in melatonin, are further going to help us induce good sleep. So the tryptophan rich foods are nothing but the normal Indian habits what we have, the normal cup of milk, which every one of us, usually most of the Indian households, they have this cup of milk at night before sleeping. It is rich in tryptophan. Other things like poultry, turkey, good non-vegetarian food like eggs, fish, meat, they are also rich in tryptophan. The oats, the sunflower seeds, they are also found to be rich in tryptophan. So include them in your meals which are later in the evening, like dinner, etc., or in some snacks. And there's a research which says that release of serotonin hormone also helps in the formation of melatonin hormone. There is a serotonin which gets converted to melatonin, which further induces us good sleep. So one of the basic normal regular exercise, which is going to boost the release of serotonin hormone by at least 15 to 20%. So including daily exercises will help in the releasing of serotonin hormone, which further secretes melatonin hormone, and this will further help us in good sleep. So try to include that exercise every day. So these were the few tips, and then there are these foods which are rich, the foods which help in the release of melatonin hormone. There are good fruits, like the bananas, the cherries, the pineapple. They are all rich in tryptophan. There is nuts and seeds, and there are this micronutrient rich foods. The micronutrients, that is the zinc and the magnesium. They are also help us they relax our nerves, they relax our muscles throughout the night, and they help in conversion of serotonin into melatonin, okay, which is further going to help us induce sleep. So including zinc and magnesium rich foods, Now these minerals are usually found in non-vegetarian food like the shellfish and the oysters. So it's a good thing for the non-vegetarians who include them in their daily basis. But for the vegetarians, they can definitely opt for almonds, which are rich in zinc as well as magnesium, and they can also include some nice good seeds like the sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, which are again rich in these minerals, okay, and whole grains, okay, and lentils and legumes, okay. So trace of these minerals are also found in vegetarian sources, which further helps us in inducing good sleep and releasing of this hormone melatonin, okay. Now, if we don't get good sleep, we are bound to be very irritable. There is going to be increase in the chances, 55% of chances we are going to be obese, and increase in our depression, and it is also less than 7 hours of sleep is going to decrease our immunity. So it is very, very important to sleep at least 7 hours, because as I told earlier, in the non-REM part of sleep, deep sleep, that is the time when our body is regrowing and repairing, and that is the time when our immunity is going to become more stronger, okay. So it is very important, to sleep at least 7 hours, 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day. The other factors which I would like you to include, for a good sleep, those who are having difficulty in sleeping, those people who are insomniacs, who are not able to sleep well at night. So for them, my tip is, that try to have your meals by 8 p.m. okay, and try to include a nice wholesome meal, okay, whole grain meal like nice dalia, veg dalia, okay, with one bowl of curd, and on that vegetable dalia you can sprinkle some nice sunflower pumpkin seeds, okay, and make it more complete with good fat, proteins and complex carbs, okay. You can also have a nice quinoa salad for the vegetarians, and for the non-vegetarians an egg salad, or grilled fish with some stir-fried veggies, you can go for that. Try to have your dinner by at least 7 to 8 p.m. and do not include more of simple carbs. Carbs are definitely important, but having a high carb meal like 1 or 2 bowls of rice, you can include half to 1 bowl of rice, but 2 bowls of rice is going to be too much for your body, so you're going to be high on energy. So don't try to go very heavy on carbs, especially at night after 8 p.m. okay. And by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you can have your 1 cup of milk, which will again good precursor hormone tryptophan is going to be there, so it is going to induce good sleep again. So This is the basic meal plan I'm giving you for a good sleep at night. And for this human being habitual creatures, it's very good to adapt to some nice habits. So I would like you to inculcate burst technique. Burst technique is nothing. B stands for brushing, U stands for unwinding all the mental stress what you have gone throughout the day, and by reading. R stands for reading, and ST is for sleeping time. So burst technique is nothing but brushing, reading, and sleeping. This habit is definitely going to give you good, sound, peaceful sleep of at least 7 to 8 hours. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching my video. Till then, bye.